Right, so Everton have claimed their first win at Anfield since 1999, their first win in any Merseyside Derby, any ground, since 2010, and yeah, absolute scenes of carnage for those Everton players, and imagine if those Everton fans were in Anfield to witness that moment. It would have been absolutely incredible from their point of view, but Liverpool officially entered crisis mode, I think it's fair to say. I mean, a 2-0 defeat at Anfield to Everton does drop them below Everton, with Everton having a game in hand over them as well, down to 7th in the league, Liverpool, and really not looking short of top 4 anymore. It did look like it was going to be, a given considering the fact that they were out of the title race, but it did look like they were going to obviously, qualify for the Champions League despite being knocked out of the title race. But it's now been challenged by quite a lot of teams, not less so than this Everton side, who have come to Anfield and put in an absolutely incredible shift to win 2-0, and that is of course the game we are going to be analysing tonight. But yeah, first and foremost, we will start off with the lineups of the two teams, and Liverpool of course unchanged from that victory against RB Leipzig in the Champions League in midweek as expected. Again, that issue of unbalance in Liverpool's midfield, because as I keep saying on this channel in recent weeks, especially with this bad run of form Liverpool have been on, when you drop Henderson or Fabinho back into defence out of midfield, it does create this little bit of unbalance in Liverpool's midfield, because especially in recent weeks we've seen Thiago, Wijnaldum and Curtis Jones as the midfield trio for Liverpool, and they're all three forward-thinking midfielders who are solely focused on attack rather than the defensive duties, and I think that causes for a lot of unbalance in this Liverpool midfield, as I did say and have said for a number of weeks now. But in terms of Everton's lineup, they continued with the 3-5-2 that they have gone for in the absence of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, even though he did come off the bench, and Alan in midfield as well. And yeah, I think Carlo Ancelotti absolutely got his game plan spot on, and that is what I'll get into in this video more often as well. But before we get into this whole Liverpool crisis thing, I want to firstly credit Everton, because I thought they were absolutely incredible from minute 0 to minute 90. As I said, Carlo Ancelotti got his game plan and his tactics absolutely spot on. I thought the energy levels, the commitment levels, the desire levels were just absolutely top class from Everton. I think they defended really, really well, but not only when they sat back, but also when they got the ball back from Liverpool. I think they maintained possession absolutely brilliantly, and yeah, when they got it, they looked dangerous at Liverpool, to be honest. I thought they won the midfield battle, and of course that does come back into the issue of Liverpool's unbalance in midfield, and with that unbalance that Liverpool did have in the middle of the park, I think Everton well and truly won the midfield battle. I thought Tom Davis, absolutely incredible, ran his socks off, was gritty, not only that, but was very good in terms of his distribution on the ball. Abdoulaye Doucouré the same, I thought he was absolutely immense. Andre Gomez the same, and yeah, they just dug deep and they made the transitions from defence to attack really smooth for this Everton attack. They battled absolutely heroically at the back as well. I mean, Mason Holgate, incredible, Michael Keane the same, Ben Godfrey, the three of them absolutely superb. Even Jordan Pickford was standout as well, made some very good saves, especially in the second half, and overall I feel like Everton definitely deserved their win. They were absolutely sensational from minute 0 to minute 90, and hats off to Carlo Ancelotti and those 11 Everton men. But yeah, if we get into the goals as well, obviously Richarlison scoring after 3 minutes, Ozan Kabak, of course, the new young signing, caught ball watching, and a perfectly weighted pass from James Rodriguez to catch him out, and a brilliant finish from Richarlison, who buries it into the back of the net past Alisson. And since that goal went in, Everton had the game where they wanted it. They had Liverpool on the strings of their hands, and yeah, the second goal of course coming later on in the game, a Gylfi Sigurdsson penalty. Now first of all, I just will say it was an extremely harsh pen, and to be honest, I'd say it's probably a 2 out of 10 for a pen if anything. It's just one of those again where it's not a penalty, but the fact that VAR has come into the Premier League and it's making these penalties, it's just a bit ridiculous altogether. And to be honest, I don't know what else Trent Alexander-Arnold could have done in that situation. Dominic Calvert-Lewin literally runs over him, goes down and gets a penalty. If that's the case, if that's a penalty in modern day football, then the modern game is just completely gone. But anyway, we'll get into Liverpool now, discussing how I think they've entered crisis mode, and of course the game today overall, because I did think they were extremely poor once again. I thought they controlled the first half in terms of possession, but not really made any clear-cut chances, and that's been, a summary for Liverpool in recent weeks since this bad run has started just around Christmas, if not New Year. I thought Henderson's injury was obviously playing a massive toll, and to be honest, it would have been a struggle even with Jordan Henderson in that team, but it could be an absolutely another monumental blow if Jordan Henderson's injury is, more than precaution, because I think he is the main figure in this Liverpool team at this moment in time, in the absence of Virgil van Dijk, in the absence of Joe Gomez, etc. I think Henderson is the one player in this team at least trying to keep it together, and I think that, Liverpool definitely wouldn't have looked as unconvincing as they did today if Jordan Henderson had played the whole 90 minutes on fresh legs. But then again, I don't want to be too harsh on Liverpool, because I know I keep saying it on this channel and it probably gets repetitive, it probably gets boring, and I'm sure rival fans absolutely hate it, and even some Liverpool fans as well probably. You have to take into consideration the sheer importance of Virgil van Dijk, not just defensively, but in terms of his build-up play from defence, and I think they definitely rely on the passing of range of Virgil van Dijk to get forward in terms of transition from defence to attack. It's a massive blow, not only from defence, but also from attacking standpoint as well, and I think anyone with a half football brain will be able to work that out. But at the same time, I'm sorry Liverpool fans, I just have to be a bit realistic, because you can't put this entire Liverpool collapse that's happened in the last 2 or 3 months solely on that Virgil van Dijk injury, because yeah, maybe you could put on losing a game here or there, losing a a few games throughout the season, but the way Liverpool have collapsed in recent weeks, in the Premier League especially, you just can't put that solely on the injury of Virgil van Dijk. I know they've had other injuries like Joe Gomez, even Diogo Jota, who was important off the bench in terms of, providing competition for this Liverpool front three this season, but I just think it's a bit too, deluded to say that Liverpool are only doing badly because of this Virgil van Dijk injury, and I think that it's definitely something to do with mental, has to be something to do with physical as well, and overall, it's just really hard to pinpoint where all these Liverpool issues lie, because I think there's definitely quite a few of them that do add up. One player actually in particular that did start today, played the full 90 minutes, and is getting a bit of stick off rival fans in particular, and that is Thiago, of course, in that Liverpool midfield now. I personally think Thiago is an absolutely exceptional footballer. I think he's the ultimate deep-lying playmaker. His passing range is absolutely second to none, and I think he was an absolute bargain at 25-30 million or something they got from. He's a world-class player still, but at the same time, I don't think you will see the best out of Thiago until next season, when the likes of Van Dijk, Gomez, etc. come back into this team, and then you have the back four like it was last season with Van Dijk, Gomez, and then Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Then you have Fabinho or Henderson or both of them, and then you have Thiago alongside them. I don't think you will see the best of Thiago until he's given that freedom, and because Liverpool's midfield, as I said, is extremely unbalanced. They're extremely shaky defensively, without the names like Van Dijk, Gomez, even Matip as well, as I forgot to mention, but I don't think, as I said, you will see the best of Thiago until he gets that freedom to, spray passes from deep. And at the end of the day though, the one thing we cannot take away from this Liverpool team, we can't make excuses for everything, Liverpool fans, because, we all slated Manchester City last season for the way they, dropped off the boil. They, completely down tools it looked like, and they looked like they'd lost their desire, lost their fight, but City never collapsed to this extent last season, or even this season at the start of the season when it did look like, City's title challenge and their credentials in general were in doubt. So it does look really, really sticky for Liverpool at this moment in time, I'm not going to lie. But in conclusion in this video, first of all, hats off to Everton. As I said multiple times in this video, I just thought they were absolutely phenomenal. They absolutely stood out like a sore thumb. They were absolutely incredible. I thought they battled heroically, as I said. I thought they just absolutely dominated the game in terms of hard effort, and they really did want it more than Liverpool today. So fair play to Everton. On the same time though, as I keep saying, Liverpool they're in crisis mode, as I said, and I don't know where to go next for Liverpool. I really, really don't, and they're going to need to start picking up points very, very soon, or else top four might not even be in contention for them at the end of the season. You never even know it, the way the Premier League's been this season. But with all those comments in mind, I think that is where we're going to leave this video now. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. 20 likes as per usual would be massively appreciated by myself on this channel, and also if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be hugely appreciated by myself, because we are now looking to hit 1,500 subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can. So if you were to hit that subscribe button, it would cost you absolutely nothing and would very much make my day, so it is very much a win-win situation. And Liverpool 0, Everton 2. Everton, as I said, their first win at Anfield since 1999, their first win in any form of Merseyside Derby since 2010, an absolutely gargantuan effort from Everton to get over the line tonight, and see ya.